came back.
At this moment, today, I would not film with her. But if there was an opportunity for her to grow from this situation genuinely, not just saying what she wants to say for the fans, but if she was genuinely honest and genuinely interested in making things right and to humble herself.
I will not. Will you get out? You want some?
Where is Eric?
Where's Eric? I need Eric.
We gotta talk. Y'all, what's going on? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video, and we gotta talk. We gotta talk because there's a lot of stuff going on that's really pissing me off right now, and we gotta talk about it. Y'all, this week was a busy week, but we ended out with the dub. I'm cool with that. But y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
First, I want to start with Andy Cohen going on his, podcast, radio show.
What happened is that Brit made a comment at the end of last week's episode, like, I have a gun and a whip or something like that.
I saw that.
And on this week's episode, they all said to Brit that you can't say that shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right, whatever.
Kenya Moore was, let go or suspended from the rest of the filming of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's set the scene. Last year, it came out that Kenya Moore was showing obscenities or, X-rated pictures at her spa launch. All of us was just like, I don't think Kenya would do anything like that, but Kenya has done things before too. So, and Brit Edie came out and was like, I didn't, being hazed by a veteran on the show and, being targeted. And I've never threatened this person. I don't even have a speeding ticket. Never been in a fight. This is crazy, right? She did all that on social media. So, Bravo comes out, Andy comes out and says, we done our research, we did our investigation. Kenya will step away from the show. Brit Edie didn't do any of the things that she's been alleged. She didn't have any weapons. She didn't say anything. That's what Bravo and Andy said. Cool.
I got whip, pistols, everything. Play that shit right on camera. Don't play that with me.
Fast forward to 2 weeks ago. I hear Brit say, I got whips and pistols for this bitch. That's what she said, not me. I don't condone that. That's what she said to Kenya. Kenya heard it. She allegedly said she escalated to Bravo. She escalated to Truly Original. And, to me, like I said before, I feel like the producers knew. So I'm just like, if the producers knew that this girl said this, then why wouldn't, when they did their investigation, they said that she didn't say this? Stay with me. So Kenya said, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't doing nothing. So I'm going to do my big one. Cool. Now, did Brit, come and try to apologize to Kenya? She did.
Opening it with all these people there, and Brit comes in and brings her flowers and says, I want to apologize to you, and a note. And Kenya totally ignores her, like totally. And Brit's like, okay, I'm just going to leave these here. And Brit leaves. And then Kenya gets up and makes her whole opening about someone came after me and they shouldn't have.
But I always say, when you throw the first stone, when you do the first situation to me, you then cannot dictate how I react to you. So Kenya not wanting to accept her apology, she didn't have to. That's a grown-ass woman that just been disrespected by this bitch that she been trying to avoid and be cordial with. Brit has been trying to come after Kenya for the first episode, right? She's trying to make it an issue. Now, do I feel like Kenya was over here being a little bit funny with the ring thing? Yes, I do. Honestly, we get to where we're at now. Kenya over here twirled down the hill.
Hey, this girl sucking nobody's dick. That is just so crazy. Where did Kenya get this from? And why are we seeing it? And why is it blown up?
And now Brit is over here online, hooping, hollering, crying. And Andy comes down after Bravo said it wasn't revenge, all that, right? And then he comes down, and this is what's being said.
There's all this talk of, after the Me Too movement, it's like if you show someone a dick pic or a nude pic without them saying, yes, I would like to see that right now, that's like sexual assault. You can't just go around being like, hey, someone did it to me the other day. I was at a workout class and they were like, hey, look at this guy from last night. And I was like, I didn't ask to see that right now.
Right. Yes, Jordan?
Well, I was going to say, the bad part of it and the sad part of it was that, like you said, it was Kenya's opening of her store that she's worked so hard for, and that it's been Kenya Moore hair care for years, and it was like a big moment for her.
Why
and
did
like
she do that?
She should have been celebrating herself, but instead she used the time to like do revenge, bring somebody else down.
So you come down with your two homegirls, talk about, well, you know, it's crazy. We know what Brit said was horrible. But what Kenya, that was crazy. You can't do. You're trying to start at the end when we need to start at the motherfucking beginning. I'm not the biggest Kenya Moore fan. I like Kenya. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh my God, Kenya. You know. But right is right and wrong is wrong. If Kenya was fired or suspended, Brit should have been fired and suspended. But you want to know why I'm not surprised? Truly Original is the root of the problem. At my job, we have something called the 5 whys. Break it down of why someone did what they did. Right? Why did Kenya show the motherfucking her sucking dick at her art gallery? Why? She was threatened. Why was she threatened? Brit over here felt like she called her a peasant. Why did Kenya call her a peasant? Brit came after Kenya. Why did Brit come after Kenya? Production put her up to it. Mind you, all alleged. But Truly Original,
y'all got some fucking issues.
Because you had all these shows with fucking Real Housewives of New Jersey. You got one girl slapping a glass upside her skull. I do not condone violence. And she gets to come back to the show like whoop-de-fucking-do. You got another girl accuse someone of R-ing them. Of them R-ing her, actually. And she's the princess. She's cool. Kenya comes out and she says she's going to be doing confessionals and this, that, and the third and talking about it. Cool, that's fine. I just think with Andy, I don't like what you're doing. Because now Brit is going to be on Watch What Happens Live on Sunday. I don't like that. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, the show is over, the show is done. Mind you, all the other stuff, I watch the show because I like the show. I don't really care about all the other, like, oh, I'm not watching the show. Girl, it's something to watch. Okay, catch that. But I think this whole situation with Bravo is very sticky. Like I said before, I feel like they didn't want to get rid of Brit because it's part of the new reboot. I just feel like Truly Original just has so much dark stuff. New Jersey, New York, Atlanta, Potomac, all have horrible dark moments, right? Now, when you look at Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they've had dark moments, but they haven't had anything as close as those other three, right? But I don't know. I just feel like Eric, yeah.
Where's Eric? I need Eric.
But Porsha then comes on to her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel. Porsha says, oh, yeah, you know, Kenya, this and that, we've been good, we're great, we're getting great. But Kenya was over here showing pictures of Brit.
Still on the show right now, who gave Kenya that nude information. No, I'm going to expose that. Everybody needs to know who she is. That was crazy to me.
And Kenya went under her post and said, girl, that is a lie. Stop trying to use me for clickbait, right? Porsha was like, girl, not lie. You know, This is why I want people to stay on Porsha's head. Because you would think that your ditzy ass would learn from the last situation that you were in, right? You saying something that someone allegedly told you. And this is why, don't get me wrong. I think Phaedra was wrong, but I hold Porsha to more of fault than Phaedra. Phaedra didn't have the balls to say shit. She just said it behind closed door to Porsha. Porsha, that whole entire season, went to Candy saying Candy did this, Candy was trying to do this, Candy was trying to do this, like a fucking idiot, and trying to make that her storyline, because what else was she going to talk about? Her mama? Big Butt Cordell? Now she's saying Kenya put out a picture of Brit underage. This is the difference between defamation of character, like Bose was trying to say to Garcelle. Garcelle was saying, I feel like Dorit had nothing to do with it, but someone did. I feel like it I feel like it was insurance fraud. She didn't say it was. She didn't say it was a definite. That's how I feel. She could allude to whatever it was, but that's how I feel. Right? The difference between Porsha and her ditzy ass is Porsha is saying this as a definite fact. That is the part where it's defamation of character. And I feel like Porsha is coming up on a scheme to try to incite something with Kenya to get Kenya to take legal action. Because if Kenya take legal action against Porsha, Kenya will not come back to Real House of Atlanta. There's no way for her to come back. Because once you take legal action, at that point, look what happened to Mariah Huck, look what happened to Nene Leakes. Like, I think Porsha, you know, I'm not saying that what it is. I just think that that's what it's going. But I'm like, what motives does Porsha have to put that out? As disgusting as that is, to say that like, for me, it's like, girl, that is disgusting. And if that, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but the relevance of you putting that out was crazy, right? Even Brit didn't even put that out. You put that out, Porsha. It's none of your fucking business. But you want to be under the comments, be over here out with Brit and do a kiki. Cool, you can't. You could do that because you're about to lose your best friend. People realizing that you a fake ass, fraud ass bitch, and you're a hater. So it is what it is. I get it. Truly Original. I don't know what's going on with them. Like, the fuck. And then you got, and hopefully Truly Original did not produce Summer House. And then Porsha and Brit she over here doing interviews now.
Would you film with her again if that was something that came back?
At this moment, today, I would not film with her. But if there was an opportunity for her to grow from this situation genuinely, not just saying what she wants to say for the fans, but if she was genuinely honest and genuinely interested in making things right and to humble herself and come to me and apologize and have that real conversation with me, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not what the fans think. It's not what, you know, behind the scenes with production or Bravo. It's not about them. It's about her and I. And she has not made it right. So that would have to happen for me to be open to a relationship. Yeah.
Would you forgive Kenya if she...
It's like, yeah, you know, Kenya did not reach out or apologize to me. Girl, are you fucking insane? Why the fuck would Kenya reach out and apologize to you? When you initiated, talking about what I did was wrong, but there's no but, bitch. What you did was wrong. And to be honest, in a corporate setting or in any type of job setting, bitch, you threaten me, it's a wrap for you. It's done. It's done. You were out the door. To be honest, Brit should have been out the door before Kenya could even do anything. But it was what it was. Mind you, I'm not going to say that what Kenya did was right. I think what Kenya did actually was, it went too far. And I don't agree with what she did. I think it was horrible. However, like I tell people, in the place I am in my life, you threaten me, I'm calling the law. I don't got time. You ain't about to threaten me and have me over here on the news with trying to lose my corporate job. No, ma'am.
I'm going to jail, bitch.
But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, when I say they really try to come out of a bag on a bitch, I don't got time. And like I said, Kenya's not even like my favorite. But you see the stuff that goes on these shows with Kenya, Wendy, Candace. They villainize them. And they make it okay that someone wants to put their hands on them because, like they say, these women, they use their words to have conflict. You don't over here put your hands on nobody. You don't over here try to then, you know, try to malign someone's character. And I think that's what they're trying to do. Like, they tried to set a precedence that Kenya did something, and when it finally came out that she didn't do it, Kenya, but you know, Brit, yeah. Even though, Andy, you said that Brit didn't say anything. And then now you're like saying, yeah, she said it and she apologized though. Bitch, you should have said that back then. You should have said that back then. Like, yeah, she said it, but you didn't do that because you wanted the narrative to be out that Kenya was over here doing this, that, and the third. That's what you wanted. You wanted the motherfucking narrative to be out that Kenya was doing all that bullshit. That's what you wanted. But now,
like, well, Brit, she did say something horrible, but she apologized.
I don't give a fuck. Too little, too late.
But y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let it God stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This sour candy all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye bye.